Thank you, Suki. Um, as set out, really, yeah, this is about looking after your mental health, and not only aspects of self-care, but the EIS and supporting. And the way that the two previous people have been speaking about the collective, about how you're part of a union now, but you're part of a structure that looks for your rights and about getting involved. This is about how collectively we can all make sure that we're looking after each other's mental health through what has been quite a challenging time, and beyond. So if we could have the next slide, please, Amy. Thank you. So taking care of your mental health. Oh, no. Okay, there we go. Taking care of your mental health throughout your probation year and beyond is important. It's connected to your physical health, and issues with mental health can have an impact on your physical health as well. And it's just as important as taking care of your physical health. And it's a matter of self-care as well as collective action in schools. And we have the resources to support you in this. So if we could move to the next one, please. So what do we mean when we talk about good mental health? It's not just about the absence of mental health problems. It's sorry, thank you. It's your ability to fulfill a number of key functions and activities, including learning, expressing positive and negative emotions, maintaining good relationships with others, and the ability to cope with and manage change and uncertainty, which is usually called resilience. Okay, so we're going to look at self-care. So it's important. Yeah, thank you. Self-care is important in making sure that you are taking care of your mental health. It's taking care of your health physically and mentally, because as I say, your mental health can have an impact on your physical health, and it is not selfish, it is vital, and you should never feel ashamed for taking care of your own mental health. So I'm just going to go through a few sort of tips here. Firstly, talking about your feelings, talking about your mental health, and sharing that. Okay, keeping active. We know that exercise can boost self-esteem. We know that exercise can give out those good hormones there and make you be able to sleep and feel better. Eating well. I know that's something that I perhaps need to focus on a little bit better, but a diet that's good for your physical health is also good for your mental health. Drinking sensibly. Alcohol is a depressant, and it will change your mood. So it will affect you, but it will affect you temporarily, and when it wears off, you will possibly feel bad because of the way it's affected your brain. And keeping in touch with other people as well. The importance of sharing issues, and that at no time should you feel ashamed to share any issues about your mental health, any issues about that you would need to discuss. So it's about having those connections with people, and also for you to have connections to support your colleagues and your friends. Next slide, please, Amy. Thank you. And there's just a few more on here. So asking for help. It's if things are getting too much for you, then please do ask for help, raise the issues. Taking a break. Now I know that we've discussed about workload, we discussed about how busy teachers can get, but it is important for you to get a break, whether that's your lunchtime, which you are entitled to, or whether that's getting a change of scene or a change of pace. For myself, I'm over in Arran at the minute. You can't tell because I'm in a room. Accepting who you are, so it's feeling good about yourself and your self-esteem, and which helps you when you're looking for when life throws you a curveball. And caring for others, it's having that relationship, like I said before, about other people caring for you and you caring for other people. I'm not going to go through all these points on here. What I'm going to say is this is in a section called Address Your Stress, which is from Mental Health First Aid England. It's a great resource, and we'll get the link posted up there for you for the Address Your Stress section. So that's a good resource for you to go to. Thank you. So acting collectively. how can we act collectively to make sure that we're taking care of everybody's mental health? So your union, and it is your union, we are a member-led organisation, our members make the union, provides you a way of acting collectively to care for your mental health. We know that workload can be a significant driver of stress and related issues, but working collectively in schools, members can tackle workload and challenge some of those drivers of stress. The best way to do that is through your working time agreement, which is negotiated at school level and looks at all the time that is required for the activities, reporting, assessment, curriculum development, etc., and how they're over a calendar year. That'll be negotiated by your rep in your school, but your rep doesn't go in there and do that themselves. What they do is they speak to the membership, and the members tell them their feelings about the working time, about what the reality of the issues are, if you need more time for certain activities, and then that will be fed back through your union rep. So the best way to tackle your workload is to get involved in those union meetings, to go along, to discuss what the realities of your workload are, and so your rep can then take them forward. Teaching can sometimes be an isolating job, especially if you're in a larger school, perhaps secondary schools, where you might be on one side of the school and not really see other people. And in that case, it's really important to be part of your union. So you've got those connections with other people, which we said about self-care before, but also so that you're not feeling that if any issues do come up, that it's simply your fault or that you're a bad teacher, because you can then discuss it with other people and see how issues in those school are affecting other members of staff. And a lot of times you will find that if something is affecting you, it is affecting somebody else. It's not simply your fault or that you're a bad teacher, which we know can, those kind of feelings of isolation can make you have an effect on your mental health. And health and safety reps in schools, we have workplace reps, we have health and safety reps. Make sure that not only support the physical health and safety of EIS members, but also the mental health, and that's getting involved in your union. So next slide, please. Thank you. So there are a number of resources which are available through the EIS website, and we'll get there's a link for that. That's brilliant. And it's not just about supporting your mental health, it's about the mental health of your students. And if you just sort of give that a click, there should be a picture of the website come up. There we go. Okay, so there's a whole range of resources on there. There's stuff about working from home and making sure that you're supporting yourself when you are working from home. There's things about moving back into the workplace. There's stuff about making sure that we are supporting the mental health needs of pupils, because we know that issues with anxiety have arisen over the COVID crisis. The people coming back into schools, the primary pupils, the secondary pupils, issues for them. So there's an awful lot of resources on the website for you there. There are recordings of webinars that have been done about mental health and about supporting people's mental health. And it is a whole wealth of resources that are there and have come about through the involvement of your union and through people in your union. So do make sure that you have a look at that. Ultimately, this is about making sure that we're looking out for each other and making sure that we're taking care of each other. And the best way that we can do that is through involvement in your union, and through involvement in your union, we will make that difference and make sure that we're supporting each other's mental health. Thank you, colleagues.